What's going on? So I want to talk to you guys about a little bit about myself and a little bit of game on how I became a profitable contract flipper. So obviously how I got into the business was how most people got into the business. They are looking for something to get financial gain off of outside of the system, outside of the matrix, as Tate would say. Um, yeah, I was 15. I had some money saved up from other things, and I used that to buy a couple mentorships and actually learn the business. Once I got that down, then I was able to actually start scaling, and then I saw that I was doing some systems wrong, and then I actually got a job at a big investment firm here in Dallas locally, where I learned some of their systems and some of their downfalls, so I was able to implement that into my own business and be profitable from then. Here's some of the things that will help you guys get started. Not necessarily get started, but um, some pointers on how you guys can avoid some of the stuff that I had to go through and learn the hard way. So markets are very, very important. You want to stay in a low population, non-metro market. How you're able to do that is you go to, let's go ahead. I'm not going to show you guys. It doesn't matter. But you'll go to a website called City Data. You're going to go in there and input any state that you want, and nationwide, really, it works. And you're going to click population, and you're going to go and see what are the most populated cities in that state. And you're going to avoid the top 3, top 4, and you're going to go from there. Once you have those markets that are non-metro, you will go to PropStream. You will go ahead and make sure that they have over 2,000 cash buyers. Why is that? Because normally we have a contact rate of about 5% maybe of the actual cash buyers that are in the area and that might be interested in the property. So we don't want to waste our time in a market that every single other metric, the market seems perfect, and we do have interest from sellers, but what's the point of having properties under contract that you're not able to sell to investors? It's just going to be a waste of time. A lot of waste of time. And then you will also go to PropStream, and you can go ahead and click on the top right corner. Let me actually show you guys that. Let's do Dallas, Texas, for example. You can see cash buyers. I mean, it sounds amazing, but it is a metro city where there's a lot of competition. You got to think. These big companies, like the one that I used to work for, they specialize in big markets because the millions of dollars they're spending in marketing, they want it to go to bigger stuff. They don't want to go and spend their money on little markets like the ones that we're in. But at the same time, us as individuals, where sometimes our marketing spend might be limited because of the whatever position we're in, that's in the little markets that we are in, it gives us the best result. So you can see, you go ahead and go to analytics, you're going to go estimated value, and you're going to make sure that the place is blue. So you see Dallas, it's all fucking yellow and green, yellow, red, and green. We want to avoid that. We want to stay under and around 300,000. So you can see you would automatically avoid Dallas, but you see all the blue over here. That looks pretty nice, man. And then especially if you stick around the metro cities, you'll be able to catch some cash buyers out of this 48,000 that might be interested in your property, because they also know that it's way harder to get a property at a very good price so they can make money. But out here, it's very, very profitable. So this is a great example right here in Dallas, where cities out here, up north, south, west, east, they're going to make for a lot of profits in your personal business. Yeah, under 300 markets. They're very, very important. Make sure you pick the right ones and test them. We're not going to go in with a $2,000 marketing budget or testing budget. We're going to go in and test the market for like $100, $150. So that way we can be in and out in a matter of a week or two and know if that market is good or not. I'm giving you guys fucking sauce. But I also want to tell you guys about my experience at the investment company. And so I went in there, how old was I? I was 16. I was 16 going in there, and I had pretty much no training. So I came in there, let's see, around October, September, obviously when stuff slows down in real estate. The top times to make money in real estate are from February to maybe September. Those are the hottest times where you can sell a deal very, very quickly because it's summertime. Nobody really wants to move in winter when it's super cold outside. Um, so yeah, I went in there. I started selling a couple deals, but stuff started slowing down, and I started to see that the systems that they were implementing were not working for them. The past year they did 3 million in revenue, but this year they were only doing maybe half a million. So it was a considerable difference. But one of the main things that I saw that it wasn't working for them and why the business was going down. I mean, at this point, from everybody that I know in there, nobody works there anymore because there's no money to be made. So one thing that they did mess up in is training. When I came in, they gave me no training. Now, I did come in knowing some stuff, but it's kind of uncalled for me to come in and them not tell me anything, and for everybody else to come in and pretty much giving them no training. So how you can avoid that mistake in your own personal business is making sure that you are learning at all times about the business. That either be from a paid mentor like myself or another mentor. You know, mentors are everywhere, especially on YouTube. You can get a mentor there for free. A good source I recommend is on Mondays, you got Jamil Damji, you got Pace Morby, and you got Brett Daniels. They're all credible resources from what I've seen. And every Monday they do a podcast called Wholesale Hotline. It's live on Mondays, and I tune in myself a lot of times to, you know, get updates and hear people that are big players in the game. They have scaled their businesses to millions of dollars every single year. So I love to listen to what is their perspective on some issues and their mindset on why they've gotten to that point. And yeah, that's a great resource. And again, keep learning about the business. The moment you stop learning is the moment you die. And then discipline. In the company, nobody would really go in the office. I was the only one that was consistently there. And it pretty much didn't matter if anybody walked in or walked out. It didn't matter if anybody made calls or not. So what I want you to avoid in your business, which I implemented in mine, is having a consistent schedule where you show up to your business. This is not a side hustle. If you wanted to do a side hustle, I tell you to go back to college and go get a boss, because you're fulfilling the boss's dreams when you work for them. But the boss worked for so many years to get to that point. So if you want to get to a point where you're financially free and you don't have to work as hard as you are now, you're going to have to work without looking at the clock. And you're going to have to be consistently disciplined in the business and treat it like a business. That way you can get business results. Otherwise, I'll go tell you to go drop shipping and go stock trading and waste your money and waste your time. But this is a real business that you can really make money off of. I mean, I'm fucking 19 and making a lot of money. So for me to be able to do this shit, I know anybody else can, but you just got to be disciplined. You got to be respectful of the potential that is in the business. So let's get back into this. Let me stop yapping. Marketing. Cold calling. It's that fucking simple. I've tried a lot of other metrics. I've tried PPC. I've tried direct mail. I've tried door knocking. I've tried bandit signs. I've tried just running basic meta ads. Like, this stuff is not as consistent as you would think. Everybody says, oh, do this, oh, do that. Everybody's trying to avoid the cold calling because it's fucking hard. Especially at the start when you don't have a script and you haven't done it before. It is hard trying to fucking talk to people, and sometimes them cussing you out or telling you, get the fuck off my phone. I don't ever want to talk to you again. Go get a real job. It's hard at the start. But once you get the skill down, then adding other marketing resources is only going to boost your business, especially once you simplified it and you're trying to scale. It's going to be a breeze because now you're able to talk to people. You're able to build rapport with people and actually be that point of reference for people once you conversate with them. For cold calling, what I recommend is business hours for cold outreach, which you're going to do by a dialer, with a dialer. You're not going to be hand dialing numbers, otherwise you're going to waste your whole day doing that. We want to be able to have that free time of trying to do something else. Me personally, I play video games while I cold call. Other people, they like to read books, they like to draw. Other people like to do more research or dispo properties while they are calling. So that's for business hours, normally from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm on Central Standard Time, so that might be different for you. And then for follow-ups, we're going to do right after business hours. So obviously for me, it's 9 to 5. I do my follow-ups from 5 to 7 o'clock. Anything after 7, people don't really want to answer the phone. They're tired of the whole day of working. So it's going to be a waste of time. And we don't want to have wastes of time. Sales. Very, very important. You got to think all these are very key components of actually running a successful contract flipping business. Sales, having a fucking script. That's really what it comes down to. And not only having a script, but having a not only having a script, but implementing that script into who you are as a person. Because if you're just reading off a script, hello, Mr. Seller, I'm calling you about 123 Apple Street. I wanted to see if my company would be able to actually purchase the prop. You're going to sound fucking stupid, and everybody's going to hang up the phone on you because you're going to sound like a scammer. Make sure that you implement it, who you are as a person, and what your communication skills are for it. Like for myself, instead of saying, like I might have a script where it says, well, I do have a script where it says, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm calling you about 123 Main Street. Just wanted to see if you'd be interested in selling the property. Cool. So how I've tuned that is, hey man, this is Jay. I say their name, so we'll just do, hey Jeff. Hey man, this is Jay. I'm calling you about the property on Main Street. Just wanted to see if you ever thought about selling it. So you see how I implemented a couple little things, but I'm still getting to the main objective that the script tells me to. So which is make sure to collect the information of the actual owner of the property and gauge interest, see if they're interested or if they ever thought about it before. But it's making the script your own. And that's what makes it easier to not only cold call, but also build connections because you don't sound like a fucking robot. And disposition, actually selling the properties, assigning the contracts, closing the deals, however you want to say it, dispositions. I would only rely on Facebook when I was first starting off, which is Facebook works. That's why I would rely on it. But the second your Facebook goes down, the second your marketplace access gets taken off, where do you go from there? Now you're locking up contracts that you're not able to sell. So make sure you have multiple angles of how to sell a property and how to contact people that might be interested in it. So obviously Facebook is a good one. I'll give you two more. So I'll do, one thing you can do is Redfin, Zillow, and Realtors. So with Redfin and Zillow, you can go ahead and see what properties actually sold that are in bad condition, because if somebody bought a property on the market that is in bad condition, it was most likely an investor. So you'll go ahead and take that address of the property that's sold on the market, you'll put it into PropStream, then you'll go ahead and either if it's a corporate or just a regular name, if you want to do it for free, you can go to opencorporates.com, put in the business name, then you'll go ahead and get the person's name, then you'll get the person's name and you'll put it into truepeoplesearch.com. You'll put the name in there, you'll match it, you'll make sure to give them a call and then see if they're interested in purchasing the property that you have under contract in the same area that's similar. So they are most likely going to be interested. Then talking to realtors. Believe it or not, realtors got their license. They're in an area specifically for a reason. They're most likely closing deals. They most likely have a network of people that buy properties from them. That's why they're a realtor. So I would just call them. Hey, Mr. Realtor. Hey, my team and I, my name is Jay. My team and I, we have this property over here. It's off market and needs some work. I just wanted to see if you knew anybody in the area, any investor that's looking to take on their next project. So boom, that's another way. And then, so I did Redfin, Zillow, and then Realtors. Those are great ways to dispo properties outside of Facebook. Facebook, it's super easy. You can just do Marketplace and post your deals there. Make sure you don't post your address and make sure you're not getting caught up by other wholesalers because that'll fuck you up. Do not give away option periods. I'm giving away too much game. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, make sure you comment down below or DM me on Instagram if you're interested in my mentorship one-on-one so I can help you scale your business up to 20K, 30K a month with a one-person business model. DM me on Instagram contract and we'll go from there. You guys have a good day.